Superstition has always been the companion of fear. From ancient times, people have looked for signs in the skin, omens in the flight of birds, or curses in the words of strangers. The human mind has a weakness. When it cannot explain, it invents. Yet in the 21st century, when information and knowledge are at our fingertips, to remain chained to superstition is to refuse the gift of reason. The Stoic philosophers of old taught that clarity of thought and discipline of mind are the only paths to freedom. Epictetus said, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but the opinions we form about them." Superstition is exactly such an opinion, an assumption without ground, a fear dressed as knowledge. To live wisely today is to resist such illusions and instead base one's life on facts, examples, and the lessons that reality itself provides. Consider the countless people who avoid black cats, certain dates, or unlucky numbers. What is the true cost of such beliefs? Perhaps it is small in appearance, but in truth it is large. Each time we let fear of the invisible dictate our choices, we surrender a piece of freedom. Freedom is not only political, it is mental. The man who crosses the street to avoid an imaginary curse is already less free than the one who walks with calm indifference. In modern life, superstition often hides under new names. People may not speak of witches, but they whisper about bad energy. They may not burn incense for omens, but they trust manifestations more than effort. The language changes, but the error is the same: to prefer illusion over reality. The Stoic response is not anger or ridicule, but clarity. We ask, what is within my control and what is not? If rain falls on my wedding day, no charm could have prevented it. But my attitude toward the rain, whether I curse it or accept it, is fully mine. Examples from life teach us more than rituals ever could. Think of the student who blames his failure on bad luck instead of admitting he did not prepare. Or the businessman who loses money and blames a cursed number rather than his own risky decision. In both cases, superstition provides comfort by shifting blame, but it robs the individual of growth. To face facts, even when they are harsh, is to become stronger. To hide behind omens is to remain weak. The 21st century is not without its own dangers. Technology tempts us with endless distractions. Social media feeds us half-truths and shallow advice, sometimes disguised as spiritual wisdom. But here too, the Stoic path is clear. Do not accept without questioning, and do not fear without evidence. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not believe it." These words are as sharp today as they were 2,000 years ago. Life itself gives us proof that reason serves us better than superstition. When medicine replaced charms, human life grew longer. When engineering replaced ritual sacrifice, bridges stood firm. When discipline replaced blind hope, athletes achieved greatness. Progress in any field has come not from fearing shadows, but from studying reality. Each of us in our daily life has the same choice. To abandon superstition does not mean to reject mystery. The universe is vast, and many things remain unknown. But the unknown should inspire humility, not fear. We may not know every cause, but we know that truth reveals itself through experience and reflection, not through irrational customs. The Stoic way is to accept what is beyond our control without inventing false explanations, and to act with reason where our influence matters. In practice, this means replacing vague fears with clear habits. Instead of worrying about bad energy, we can cultivate discipline in our environment, order in our room, order in our thoughts. Instead of fearing unlucky numbers, we can prepare carefully for challenges, knowing that success depends more on effort than on fate. Instead of seeking omens, we can seek mentors, examples, and lessons from history. Superstition belongs to the past, but the human tendency toward it remains. To live well in the 21st century is to rise above it. The Stoic does not laugh at those who cling to rituals, but he knows that wisdom is not found there. He chooses reason because reason allows him to live free from imaginary chains, and he chooses examples from life, his own and those of others, because These are the only true teachers. We should remember this each time fear whispers of unseen dangers. The greatest misfortune is not a curse, nor a number, nor an omen. The greatest misfortune is to waste one's life avoiding shadows instead of facing reality with courage.